up there? Already there? Not quite. We there yet? 1, 2, 3, 4. Tick, tick, tick. Are we live yet? It should still say. That shit just went offline. The fuck? Come on, YouTube. What's going on? Are we there? We there? Y'all see us? All right, we're live. Should be live. Double check that real quick. There we go. There we go, baby. Hello, YouTube. How y'all doing? All right, bye. Fuck y'all. Come join us on Kick. All right. There we go. Got that handled. But yeah, they like to I like to do the logical analysis and have a backup for, especially because a lot of the time we have to do these in parts. I like to do the analysis and then have them up on YouTube as like a archive. Until I start archiving them somewhere else, that's what we're doing them. And same for the episodes of the Ism, which if you haven't seen our announcement, wait, have I made that announcement yet? Okay, it's gonna be the last Wednesdays. Yeah, I made that announcement. Yeah, it's gonna be the last Wednesdays of every month. Last Wednesday of every month. So this one will be on the 25th. Look out for that. We're gonna be covering Buddhism, and there's a couple other isms in there I might be able to squeeze in, but I'm also trying to have an interview, set up an interview. So if I can do that, it'll be a lot more interesting than some of our other things will probably be. But I'm going to try to, if this works out correctly, I'm going to try to do an interview for everyone. Feel me? Why this shit squeaking so much? Oh, yeah. Shit don't never squeak. There was something I was about to do here and I totally forgot. Oh, my bad. I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck is up with the chat. Like, ain't nothing showing up. Y'all don't see nothing, right? I don't see nothing on my end. It's getting on my nerves. That doesn't usually happen. So, oh wait, hold on. Is this? Okay. Actually, I can do that here. Never mind. Yeah, because I'm not getting nothing in here either. That's so weird. Yeah, I have it. I still have it there, but it's not, for some reason, it's not working today. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. I'm gonna just reset everything. And then, do I need to do that? Hold on. Yeah. I think it might be an issue with Kick. Kick is like asking me to reconnect and shit while I'm live. Go figure. We still good? We still there? All right. There we go. Fixed it, boys. No, I didn't get a new mic. This why I be saying, man, y'all gotta stop listening to A shit, man. Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it. Look, Inky is right, all right? Inky is right, all right? What do you say? Trolling and bullying? 100%. Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it. Because I was using my headphones during the stream with Goldstein. It's funny because he had that shit happen with the phone today. Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it. I don't need a Yeti. The thing is, I'm not about to waste my money on a $100 microphone when I have, like, you know, I spent $100 on the Blue Snowball back when I started recording music in fucking high school. Nigga, somebody like, gonna have to tell the truth. Fuck, I look like going and spending that same $100. No, the fuck I look like going and spending that same $100 on a Yeti. I'll get a new mic eventually, but on God, this shit got to be more lucrative if I'm gonna do it. Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it. So it is what it is. No, I was using my headphones on the stream with Goldstein, and I've been making some changes lately. Also, I started using a another software to channel my audio through. So you got to stop. Y'all got to remember, like, see, I come from an AV background. Okay, somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm not just some random nigga. All right, y'all need to tell me to upgrade my fucking mic. All right, I don't need no links to no fucking mics either. I know where to find a mic, and I know how to use a mic. I know how to set up my audio setting. But sometimes I ain't got time to do that shit. Somebody like, gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell. Just ain't got time to do that shit sometimes. Sometimes shit get fucked up. I'm actually specifically using a filter over my mic right now. And this is another one. Right? I can switch it and edit it as I need to. Right now, I don't feel like doing that shit. Y'all can hear me, right? Y'all can hear me, right? And I know I can hear myself on the other end. And as far as I'm concerned, shit sound fine. So I'm good. Anyway, but we'll be upgrading the audio as we go along. It's just, I need more time to do this shit. I'll be having to fit time into stream anyway, like the setup and shit going wrong. Like shit be getting fucked up and you got to reset it and everything. Like we just talked about that with Goldstein on, like when he was talking about that on his show last week. So like sometimes it's not even the equipment itself. In fact, a lot of the time it's not the equipment itself. It's like the settings getting fucked up and having to change shit at the last second. That's why I be getting started later than I want to sometimes. Like I tell y'all, we starting at 6 o'clock. I don't start till 6:30 because fucking OBS reset some shit. And I end up having to fucking troubleshoot. Shit annoying as fuck. But anyway, let's get into this analysis. And let's see what these cops have to say to these guards. Because I ain't gonna lie, this is a crazy episode. I'm getting like, the reason I wanted to do this, I'm getting like the same vibes I got when they did the Mafia Boss. So I feel like this is gonna be pretty good. OBS and Streamlabs are basically the same thing. But yes, I started using OBS because this background remover you see, like how I just remove my background, I can only use that plugin on OBS. I can't find a way to do that on Streamlabs, probably without paying, because I'm not paying for Streamlabs right now. But also, like, some of the functionality is a little smoother in OBS, now that I'm using it. But I was using Streamlabs before, actually. That was the one I was using before. But if you look at Streamlabs, it literally says Streamlabs OBS. So like, it's literally just OBS. It's just another one of their products. It's a little bit more streamlined for people who are probably less tech savvy or, you know, AV TV savvy. Because sometimes this ain't even just tech. Like, you have to understand like audio and visual production, editing, all that stuff to set up a lot of this. Or I guess you can ask the AI. Let's see what they got.
They have done the most heinous crime in the world.
Y'all can hear the audio, right? Audio's coming through.
Even that individual who may have done the most heinous crime in the world, if they truly seek to help themselves.
Did that nigga say heinous?
And truly seek to come to an understanding of why they did what they did.
Yeah, the setting. Because the other thing is, right, I have people and noise in my background sometimes. I mean, sometimes my neighbors be loud enough or the shit outside be loud enough for you to hear that shit. So I have to have noise cancellation on too. So the way you hear me is not how my mic sounds. This is not how my mic normally sounds. This is with all the filters and the settings and shit. And sometimes you're constantly readjusting it. And I'm definitely in the process of like getting it set to the way I want it to be now. Because I have like I got a little voice changer now. So like I'm trying to have the audio well so I can switch it up. You know what I'm saying?
You know, y'all probably don't care, but I like this shit. So I'm gonna keep editing to see to make sure this works properly.
Because I have fun with voice changers. And I want to have more fun with voice changers. All right, to continue. Even if a person has committed the most heinous crime, is heinous a word?
Then maybe they deserve a chance to get back out into society.
So I was MDO. We basically deal with
Do they?
predators, and you have to get their files ready. And you read the files. It's hella traumatizing. I have kids of my own. I don't believe that some people are redeemable.
Some people aren't redeemable.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
This is gonna be interesting. Huh. They put the title on the video, incarcerated people
Believe
versus
that some
correctional
people are
officers.
redeemable.
But in the title, they said prisoners versus guards. Jubilee slick, man. I'm telling you, man.
On December 10, 2025, the Jubilee team
So this is San Quentin. Where's San Quentin? Where the fuck is San Quentin? San Quentin in California. All right. So San Quentin. How did I know that? All the places with like signing their name, I swear to God, they in fucking California. The only other place I think is like maybe like Texas, San Antonio, and like New Mexico or some shit. We like we got all these. Like every time I see a sign, I just think California.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
That's just how it is. So San Quentin, they're in California prison.
went to San Quentin Rehabilitation Center to produce a middle ground episode featuring a conversation between incarcerated people and correctional officers. In 2023, San Quentin State Prison began its transformation into San Quentin Rehabilitation Center.
Okay.
Prisons
when are you
in
gonna get to it? God damn it.
are designed to punish, not rehabilitate. Can they agree or step forward?
So they're having the people who agree with the claim step up. So let's address this claim, right? When do I want to put that in there? I don't know. Hold on a second. Give me one sec. Why can I never find this one I need? Okay, here we go. Actually, there we go. All right. So this claim, prisons in America are designed to punish, not rehabilitate. Now, I'd say this claim is mostly true because I know that there are things in prisons to allow them to learn, they can get degrees and all kinds of shit, right? but I do think that prison is mostly designed to punish people. There are like, I think the main ways that people rehabilitate themselves in prison don't really have anything to do with what the government is doing for the most part.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Like the government allows them to do certain things, but it's like, I don't think they're pushing them towards getting college degrees.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
I don't think they're pushing them towards the Nation of Islam.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and
I don't
I'm
think
gonna
they're
tell
pushing them towards the church.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
I think all these things, all these productive things that prisoners end up doing to rehabilitate themselves ultimately are never because of the prison themselves or because of the government. The government might allow them to do certain things because it's not harming anyone, right? At the end of the day, it's them bettering themselves. But I don't think the government takes like really any active step in trying to rehabilitate the criminals that are in prison. I don't think they do. So I would agree with this. And let's see which of the prisoners do and which of the guards don't. We'll see.
Are designed to punish, not rehabilitate. Can they agree a step forward?
Okay.
I do agree that prisons were designed to punish people. When I first started off my term, the prisons I was sent to, there's a point system within the prison system to where me being a lifer, I was sent to a level 4 yard at the age of 23 years old. And these prisons were designed in the middle of the deserts, far from my family.
Oh, interesting.
I was stripped of any personal belongings. And the experience was that...
well, nigga, of course you were. You're in prison. What the fuck?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
It's just like, this nigga thought he was gonna get to keep his shit. We know they took your shit, nigga. They're supposed to.
You do the crime, I'm there to do the time. It wasn't to rehabilitate. It was there for me to be punished for...
Yeah. You do the crime, you do the time, yeah. Where in there does it say you rehabilitate yourself during the time? Like, nigga,
somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
The crime I committed, and my mindset was rightfully so. I wasn't out there, living a pro-social lifestyle. I was out there living an anti-social lifestyle. But it was through that hard time to where I discovered a lot about myself. I was eventually able to recognize that I was the problem and that I needed to rehabilitate myself.
Right.
Well, I know from from our perspective.
Right. Yeah. But see how he came to that realization himself.
I think the prisons are designed for safety and security first, right? They're not necessarily designed for rehabilitation, as it were. They're designed to make sure we can track people where they're at and everybody.
So you agree?
Does their time safely, right? Because they've been around a long, long time, right? Like, so, and especially this prison being San Quentin, it's the oldest prison in California. If you look around at the design,
it used to be dungeons.
it doesn't really kind of lend itself easily to rehabilitation. Anyone who does work here, who is interested in rehabilitation, will tell you that it's been extremely difficult to find space, to find areas that we can actually do these projects.
No, yeah, I agree. So when you commit a crime, you go in front of a judge, you get handed a sentence, right? It's how many years you have to do as part of your punishment. So the prison designed basically to make sure that you're incarcerated, you do your time, and secondary along the way, if you do rehabilitate yourself, that's basically like maybe a byproduct on your choice, on yourself, because there are individuals that go to prison, they can do a number of years and still come out the same, and they'll come back again. So along the way, slowly, we're moving toward rehabilitation, but yes, prisons are designed as a punishment. They deprive you of freedom, they make it hard for your family to visit, and basically, there's nothing that's nice about prison. It wasn't designed to be nice. I am Correctional Lieutenant Kasi Mak. I started with the department in 2010. I have 15 years currently, so I'm responsible for the population in the building and the officers that work in the building. I'm also responsible for anything the supervisors like the cabinet W need from me or the building. If I really think back, what might have guided me to this career, maybe watching a lot of detective movies, cop movies, maybe army movies. But it wasn't like that when I started. I
feel like he's still. I feel like even with this sped up, this nigga still speak mad slow. Like, is he an immigrant? This nigga sound like an immigrant. And y'all think this nigga an immigrant? Nigga sound like an immigrant to me.
90% boredom and
first generation or something.
5% excitement and 5% just confusion. I'm a pretty easygoing guy. If I were to describe myself, I'll say I'm understanding.
Is he Asian or Latino? Look like he a mix. One of them. I swear to God, he do. Yeah, he look like it. I hear the accent.
Active.
Sometimes I can't tell if they like Asian or not. Like, I don't know if he like Filipino or something. Maybe that's it. Maybe Filipino. When you got like they got the Spaniard look, like they got the Hispanic look. Technically Filipinos are Hispanic.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
That's what I be saying. They Hispanic Latino, bro. They got that Spaniard up in them too.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
But yeah, this nigga Nigga, like he a Filipino. He actually sound like my Filipino friend. Like, cause I grew up with one of my best friends is Filipino.
You know, watching sports, really simple. I'm not a complex individual. You get what you see. I don't have any complex, you know, trust
me, nigga, I can tell. I know don't look like nothing is complex about you except your racial makeup, nigga.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
It's hard to describe myself, but I'm pretty much just who you see.
If I remember my sentence in 1970.
Yeah, nigga, I can't tell what the fuck I see, nigga. Oh shit, my bad. I didn't even do that.
It was sentenced to 7 years to life for a crime that you committed to be punished for that crime. Yeah. Right. It wasn't, oh, we're going to now send you to conflict management. Now you're going to go to denial management, all this. So there was that aspect of the punishment.
Denial management?
First thing. And that hasn't changed over all this time, even though they changed the name of the department and everything else. Well, each of you mentioned something that really stood out to me. And the physical design, the physical setup, like you say. I mean, this is one of the most intimidating places you could ever see. But you walk in the door and you've got these small cages that aren't even the size of a bathroom. We have a situation here at San Quentin right now where you're building this beautiful new building, which is going to be great for the education program and all of that. But why didn't they put money into the infrastructure of repairing the existing facilities? We've all seen these cell blocks where the water just pours down when it's raining. You see all the crud that comes down on the walls. Yeah. We're sitting in cells and we're freezing cold. Yet you'll walk into an area and the staff's got their nice little portable heater right there. They're fine. We don't care about the residents. And that's part of the punishment.
Well, you got to think about how hard is it to retrofit this whole place and make sure there's heater in every cell.
I can understand that, Lieutenant.
I mean, true.
But you can still do general things to improve just the basic living conditions. I mean,
and that's what they're working on, right? To make a little bit of improvement.
But that's for now, right? So historically, prisons across the world, United States, if you want to just stick to the United States, were built for punishment and isolation.
Right?
Because you were a safety threat or for whatever reason. So historically, it wasn't, let's get these guys in, or females as well, and give them classes, right? It's, let's separate them from society because they've done something that society has deemed not okay.
Right.
Just like when we were growing up, right? Your parents got you in trouble, same kind of thing, except now it's Uncle Sam, that's your parent.
So I do understand the design is set to, you know, ensure the public.
I'm just trying to, if you see me moving this shit, I'm just trying to make sure it's like not coming up their faces.
Safety and security of not only the officers, which, okay, like I could see that, but then also too, like the infrastructure. Like if you go in my cell, I could put my elbow like this and my arm out, and that's the width of my cell. And
well, I mean, like, okay, so this speaks to the point that it's designed for a punishment because it's not designed to be comfortable. It's not even designed for you to be like accommodated in any way. Like
somebody's gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Like they basically don't give a fuck about your health. They'll like do like the bare minimum to make sure you don't die. Like
somebody's gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
That's basically it. Like, which I can't really be mad at, but I honestly don't think that's how they should treat like the average criminal. As much as I think like, you know, maybe locking them up isn't that bad. Maybe it's necessary. I think there should be a certain level of comfort, not necessarily comfort, but at least like accommodation to where they can live and operate like normal human beings. Because again, speaks to the point about it not being for rehabilitation, it's for punishment. Because if you wanted somebody to be rehabilitated, how the fuck you gonna do that when they living in completely shitty conditions? It's like, of course they gotta reflect on what they did, but it's not gonna help them get into a better mind state to necessarily like, you know, force them to be uncomfortable 24/7.
Somebody's gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Now, I know it's not like that at all places. Some places are a little bit more lenient. You know, they have a little bit more room and access. They don't have to stay inside their fucking cell all the time, you know, so on and so forth. But I mean, especially like, I mean, isn't sleep one of the like the most important things for human beings?
Somebody's gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
I mean, like if you want somebody to really start to be like rehabilitated, I mean, it might help by giving them a half decent bed to sleep in.
Somebody's gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
I'm just saying. Like, at the end of the day, if it's about rehabilitation, then you have to care about the prisoner to some degree.
It's fine right now because I'm living by myself. I don't mind. I know how to do time. But when you're living with another grown man and I'm sitting on the toilet and the bed is right here, like it's pretty confined quarters to where it's more like I'm housed as an animal. I think they did a study like that's not even living habitable for a dog. But here I am, a grown.
Yeah, it's exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Shout out to him. is literally not even suitable for a dog, right? So, and this is the thing, right? They treat them worse than dogs. Now, to be fair, you committed a crime, right? But like a lot of the time, people can end up in there for like some non-violent crime, and now they have to live in conditions that aren't even fit for an animal. Like if you had your dog live in a certain position, he's right. If you had your dog living in a certain position, people would call that would be animal cruelty. You might go to jail for treating an animal like that normally. Even if it's as a punishment, people would be like, we're crazy. Why would you do that to them? You can't lock them in a room like that. That's terrible. Oh, yeah. Like, but you would do that to a human being after they do something bad. Like if it's like, no, if they didn't kill somebody, okay, I get it, right? Makes sense. Like, just, nigga, we don't care. We gonna lock you in a room, nigga. You just killed somebody, right? That's different. But it's like, oh, you sold some weed. All right, let's lock you in this cell that even a dog shouldn't even be in. Like, come on, though.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Bruh.
Like, come on.
Grown human being confined in this little space. But again, I'm not complaining because I'm here for committing a crime, a serious crime, and I do feel that I deserve to be in prison to change my life.
Right.
So let me ask you this: if at 23, when you came in, you knew what this entailed, the design, the struggle,
but what crime did you commit? Because if it wasn't that bad of a crime, like, do you really deserve to be sitting in that cell?
do you think you would try really hard not to get here?
No, I don't think it mattered. You could have told me that this is what was going to happen because my father had talked to me, my siblings had talked to me, I had been arrested before, and it didn't matter, right?
Right.
It's like trying to tell a drug addict you have a drug problem. Until that person truly wants to change, it doesn't matter if you sit there.
Exactly.
So I watched the videos. I actually glorified the prison lifestyle. I had siblings that would send letters home, and I would, was 11 years old, looking at this artwork coming from prison or these handwritten letters.
He said he was gang.
And it was almost, glorified in a sense. This was where I came to let it be known that I am a man, that I am who I am. Now, if I had grew up with maybe some lawyers and doctors and they were like, look at my doctorate. Oh man, I want to be a doctor. But no, I want to be a convict. I want to come to prison and continue. So I don't think it mattered.
Yeah, I know it doesn't because I
wanted to be a convict.
So I grew up around that all the time. But the one thing that I don't think any of us that is in prison thought at the time.
This is the first thing I ever heard say, oh yeah, no, I mean, I wanted to be in prison. Like, nigga, what? Like, what?
What the fuck?
We committed our crime. When I took Gail's life, I did not think to myself, I'm going to get prison time for this. Nobody does. Nobody, that doesn't go through their mind. It's just.
I mean, no, I think a lot of people think I could get prison time for this, nigga.
Somebody's gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
The fuck is he talking about, nigga? It's like, it's just,
what the fuck?
Like, sometimes people don't think they're gonna get arrested or go to jail for some shit. Like, especially if they think they're gonna get away with it. But they at least know the danger. Like, that's why they do it in a way where they could try to get away with it. Obviously,
somebody's
like,
gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Of course. Like, come on now.
Situation that happens at that time that you put yourself in to put yourself in prison eventually. My name is Steve Drown. I'm 75 years old. I was convicted of murder in the first degree in
Oh yeah, so this nigga's a murderer.
1978. I was sentenced.
1978? Damn. He caught a body like 50 years ago.
7 years to life, a minimum parole date of 1985. I am now in my 49th year of incarceration.
What was your relation?
Y'all think this nigga rehabilitated? Look at this old white man. Y'all think this nigga rehabilitated? One in the chat if y'all think he rehabilitated. This nigga look rehabilitated to y'all? What, Sleepy? You say he look like he could kill somebody right now? He just looking at the person on the other side of the camera like, wish I could get you right now, motherfucker. That nigga caught a body last week? Yeah, that nigga shanked somebody in the prison last week.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Relationship with the person who you murdered?
It was a prostitute that I picked up for sex, and then.
Oh shit! This nigga killed a prostitute. Oh shit! Hey yo, he been in prison for 50 years. How many of y'all want to bet? How many of y'all want to bet that's what he done? Cause he don't look like he nobody's bitch.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
How many niggas you think he done that to inside the clink? 19 bitches. 19 prison bitches. 19 booty bandits.
I was going to rob her afterwards, and I shot and killed her when I did the robbery.
Damn, nigga was about to rob her too. This nigga deserved to be locked up. God damn. Throw away the key.
I felt guilty about the crime ever since it's happened, but I never really came to a
Nigga, you felt guilty because you locked up, nigga.
full understanding of what led me to do the crime until about 15, 20 years into my sentence when I
How old was this nigga? What, 15, 20 years? Hold up, what did you just say?
understanding of what led me to do the crime, but I never really came to a full understanding of what led me to do the crime until about 15, 20 years into my sentence when I really started to evaluate who I was and what
Nigga, you was horny and poor.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
It doesn't take you that much to figure out, oh, I couldn't quite understand why I tried to rob this prostitute. You know what I'm saying? Like, took me about 15 to 20 years to fully understand why I robbed this prostitute and killed her. Wait. Did he scrape her too? Hold up.
You murdered.
It was a prostitute that I picked up for sex, and then I was going to rob her afterwards, and I shot and killed her when I did the robbery.
So you picked her up, you were gonna rob her afterwards. All right, so you paid. So she probably didn't scrape her. Okay, fair enough. But nigga, no, you deserve to be in there, nigga. Like, ain't no way it took you 15 to 20 years to figure out why you did that shit, nigga. You were horny and broke, obviously.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
What else would motivate somebody to do some shit like that? Tell me. Because, nigga, you said you paid her for the sex, so, nigga, clearly you were horny.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Right? And the only reason you was gonna rob a fucking prostitute, the only reason you would be fucking robbing anybody is because you fucking broke.
Somebody
nigga. Like,
gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
what more was there for you to understand? Your lack of impulse control? Like,
I felt guilty about the crime ever since it's happened, but I never really came to a full understanding of
never really
what
came
led
to
me
a
do
full
the crime
understanding
until about
till
15,
after like
20 years into my sentence.
20
when I really
years.
started to evaluate who I was and what had put me in that position in the first place. 4 days after my 17th birthday, my mother committed suicide. I found her.
What? Oh, we know why this nigga fucked up then. His mama committed suicide? Damn. That's deep. That's deep. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, that's no excuse for, like, you know, killing and robbing a prostitute though.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
But I understand that might fuck you up.
And that basically changed my thinking at that time. Started sabotaging relationships. I started.
What is like so when your mama killed herself, you was like, damn mom, because you killed yourself, I'm gonna go kill and rob a prostitute.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth,
But
and
like,
I'm gonna tell it.
Like what? Like what was the logic there? Like what happened? What made you be like, and you know, mom, in your loving memory, I'm off this prostitute.
What? What the fuck?
That's the thing. Yeah, was his mom a prostitute? I don't know. Maybe he was mad at his mom, or so. Is that what he mean? He had to understand the psychological reasons why he had, you know, problems with prostitutes and shit. Or was it? I think because he said he was 17. Maybe his mama ain't leave him much. Maybe that nigga, his mama was dead and he was broke. Nigga was horny, wanted some female touch. Then his mom couldn't get a hug from his mama no more. Nigga said, let me pay for a prostitute. And then when he paid for the prostitute, he realized he was too broke to afford the prostitute. And so the nigga was like, well, I guess I can just rob her and then I'll have more money and I won't have to pay her. Like, I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, I mean,
somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
You know what? Maybe it took him a little bit of time to truly understand. Nah, but I do. Yeah, he could have been under the influence of a drug too. Yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely. You know, your mom died. You must have been fucked up. He did say he was like 17 though. So I can understand, like, if your mom dies, depending on whether his dad was even there or not, his dad might not have been there. He might have had a single mom. So that's the other problem, right? So then you got a single mom and then she killed herself. You ain't got nobody left. you like 17, you kind of just starting your adult life. You're not even quite an adult yet. And yeah, nigga was probably broke, poor, might end up in like a foster home or some shit or whatever. Like, he's horny, needed a little female touch, hires a prostitute, was like, damn, I'm broke, can't afford this prostitute. I could take her money. Yeah, it's just it's perfect storm. Perfect storm. Yeah. I guess I can understand why he do it. But see, it didn't take me 15 to 20 years to figure that out. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
I'm just saying.
And, doing anything I could so I wouldn't allow somebody else to get as close to
What
me
up,
as my
Keisha?
mom had been, because I didn't want to lose somebody else. And I never took the time on my own to seek any help or seek any guidance from that. And I allowed that to fester. And as the years went on, that
Oh, damn. You lost your parents at a young age? My condolences, Alchemist.
just progressed and got to the point where I started acting out in violent ways, which led eventually to my taking a life. I've been to 15
okay. Yeah, fucked them up.
parole hearings, and the victim's family has never acknowledged a hearing. But at the last hearing, the daughter of my victim was at the hearing, and she said that
It was a prostitute with a daughter? Damn. I ain't gonna lie. If I was that daughter, you ain't never getting out, nigga.
she wanted to see me stay in prison for the rest of my life, but if the board chose to release me, she would not have a problem with that. So that was when I came to an understanding that there were people out there who, even though I did something horrible, were willing to give me another chance and willing to look at me in a different light.
Can we have the disagreement?
I mean, shout out to her. That's dope. You know. Shout out to her. Couldn't be me.
Stay forward.
I'd be like, make that nigga rot.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
You're gonna rot in there, nigga. Especially if it was a white man. Oh, yeah, no. Hell no. You gonna rot.
I think that rehabilitation is independent of prison design because rehabilitation happens within. And
Okay. That's real. That's real. Hotep.
I can rehabilitate in any space. I've been in AdSeg, I've been in.
Damn. This nigga cooking. He right though. He right. But they don't really design the system to even really necessarily facilitate rehabilitation though. That's my bigger problem.
Several holes throughout the state, and I've also participated in self-help while in AdSeg.
Why does whoever this woman is here, you see this woman here on the left? See this bitch on the left? Why'd I call her a bitch? That's not nice. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, you see this bitch here on the left. Is it though? Like that was the question. It's a D1 linebacker. Bro, this looked like, what was the name of that fucking former deputy health secretary? You remember? Yeah, it's a man. Or it looked like a man. Don't this nigga look like Rachel Levine? The Department of Health bitch? The man they had dressing up as a woman in the department. You see that shit? Don't she look like that nigga? I mean, ain't even. That's fucked up.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
But no, she do, bro. That's when I saw her. I was like, is that a man? Like she dead ass look like that. Oh, I swear to God, bro, that looked like a nigga. The only reason I even think it's a woman is because I think I see some titties, but like them just could just be man boobs. You know what I'm saying? Like I just can't tell. Like that just threw me for a loop. I'm sorry. Let me get back to this.
And so I really think the two are separate, and rehabilitation can happen anywhere because it's up to me as a person. If I want to change my life, I have to be greater than my environment. I have to be greater than the design.
I believe that prison is what you make of it. If you're here because you want to elevate your criminal thinking, then you're going to do excellent in prison. You're going to find somebody who's committed a worse crime than you have. You're going to learn from that.
Okay, he's kind of right. Yeah, criminals can find other criminals in prison, and they can just keep doing more crime if that's what they're interested in doing.
Person, and you're going to perhaps get out
That's
and
true.
commit even worse crimes and come back.
But I know that's what I was thinking, Keisha.
In prison, we have programs that you can choose to participate if you so chose. There's also jobs
That's
that
true.
you can pick up, learn from, and take those skills and use them in the outside. If we simply thought about punishing, then we wouldn't offer anything. We would just simply say, hey, here's your cell, this is where you're gonna stay, here's your meal, and that's it.
Yeah.
So that's how it is
Fair
now,
enough.
right? It is changing in that direction. But when I first got to Calipatria at 23 years old, level 4, I was housed next to dudes that have been incarcerated for decades. I'm 23 years old. I'm very impressionable. All I know is what I see.
Yeah,
If
that's the
you want to
thing.
get in that group,
See, that's a good point too, right? Like, because if they cared about rehabilitation again, right? Like maybe they sit you with somebody that has maybe committed a similar crime to you, or somebody who's maybe been rehabilitated themselves, but they're still sitting in there, right? And they might maybe they have a life sentence, but they've changed their life, and they'd be a good role model. They could try to design it to do stuff like that, right? Put the nonviolent offenders near other nonviolent offenders, and maybe have some constructive activities for them to do together, or place them with a mentor, basically, like some shit like that. They could do that, because he's right. When you send a young person in there, they're extremely impressionable, and then you're sending them to a area where there's a lot of territorial shit going on. There's gangs. They're gonna have to probably join one for some kind of protection, and you're not really putting them in an environment where they would likely, rehabilitate. You're putting them in more of an environment where they are more likely, where you're more likely to see recidivism. Like,
they had AA, they had NA. That was it. And you had to have been there for at least 10 years. I was closed custody for the first 10 years. They've changed the closed custody now to where if you do so many years, then you get off closed custody. But closed custody would restrict me from even going to a group because they were held at night. So yeah, today, I will agree that the CDCR is heading in that direction. And San Quentin is very unique in the
CDCR is the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation.
sense that they do offer a lot of programs. But that
In the corrections part is that punishment part. But it says corrections and rehabilitation, so should probably be a little bit more geared towards rehabilitation, shouldn't you? I'm just saying.
Somebody's gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
is why I will say that CDCR is now recognizing if you're sentenced to 42 years to life, just like I was, and you're 23 years old, let us give you a chance. Instead of going to level 4, we're going to send you to level 2. You're going to prove yourself to us that you can program on these level 2s. But for me, that wasn't affordable.
Okay.
I went straight to level 4, where I was to remain until I came off closed custody, to where I was housed, like I said, with people that were through and through convicts. They were not like what we see here. But back to what you were saying, Jesse, is when you first got to prison, did you just dive into self-help?
No, when I first got to prison, the self-help really wasn't available. This is my third prison term. I went home and committed a crime and received a life sentence. In 2004, I came to state prison with a sentence of 174 years plus 6 lives for 3 counts of attempted murder.
Damn. This nigga was gang for real. God damn.
I almost killed 3 people, Michael, Natasha, and Angelina, over a traffic altercation. When I first came to prison, I went to another state prison in the desert, so near Calipat, like you said.
Okay.
Yard was all dirt, there's no grass, there's a lot of stabbings, and that was just regular life back then. They would hand you a knife and they would teach you protocol for how to conduct yourself on the yard. And that was prison, that's what it was. There really wasn't groups afforded back then. But over time, things changed in the prison system, and we started being afforded opportunities to go to groups and rehabilitate. And so yeah, it didn't exist back then. There really wasn't a lot of opportunity.
Interesting. I mean, I'm not really surprised by that either. Like I said, I don't really think it exists that much today. Like,
Somebody's gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Ready for change. I think when you talk about prison punishment or the design of it itself, I think the most harmful things in prison are policies more than even maybe small cells or bad food or uncomfortable mattresses. It's the policies that can be more restrictive or punitive.
True.
For instance, restricting access to families, having visiting only accessible on the weekend. You can
this is true. That's real. Yeah, why would you want to keep them farther away from their family if you're trying to rehabilitate them? Like, what sense does that make? Like, it's just
only video chat at certain times of the day to see your family. Here in California, we're lucky to have family visiting. However, to spend time with your wife and children, you have to wait 4 months for a 48-hour visit.
What? 4 months. This is what I'm saying. Like, you won't necessarily have to accommodate prisoners, but like, if you're claiming to want to rehabilitate people, you can't be like, oh yeah, let's just completely isolate you from your family. That'll go over well. Like, it's like,
What the fuck?
And if we know that family connection and interaction is an important part of our support network and rehabilitation, I just wish that the policies itself were more conducive for that and promoted that than the way it is today.
Oh shit.
This is where I live. This is where I talk to my family using my tablet.
We've been given these the last couple of years, so we can call our families and we can text back and forth, receive photos.
That's a lot better than the cell they had me in. And one day I was in there.
So this is where I live here in San Quentin while serving my life sentence. So if I'm working on curriculum or studying, this is where it will happen. Stop ramen.
What? That nigga got a TV? What the fuck? Is that a computer? What the fuck?
Of course, the staple of prison diet. Prison's probably one of the only places.
This nigga, what? Yo, this nigga got a whole fucking office. What the fuck is that? What kind of prison is that? What the fuck? I ain't never seen this shit before. Where Goldstein and Strong Dad? What did them niggas cells look like?
That still use the CDs to play our music. I got some Christmas presents ready to go out.
Is this the average cell? Like, anybody ever been any of y'all ever been locked up in California? We need somebody with a first-hand experience.
Made by people.
Who been to San Quentin?
Restrooms back here. It's kind of close quarters.
Calling all former convicts.
So we don't really have a privacy curtain. Your cell is asleep, and you can't have.
Of course you ain't got a privacy curtain, nigga. So you could make one though.
To be here, that's the restroom. You know, that's just what it is. This is one of the paintings I did, and it's to symbolize there's a man in a cage, and he's reaching for freedom, and the balloon is
This nigga painting and shit.
Integrated into like a dandelion, and so it's like he has this wish of freedom that he's reaching for, but it remains elusive while he's in his cage. And so a lot of the art I do is
like you, nigga.
Represent hope.
Everyone deserves a second chance.
Nigga writing art about being free. He drawing art about being free with the concept. Yeah, it's like a bird in the cage. This is about a bird in that cage. And he just wants to be free one day, homie. Yeah, he just wants to get parole one day. You know what I'm saying, Holmes? I'm an asshole.
No matter what crime they committed.
Wait, so hold up. What was this claim? This is the second claim they're about to talk about.
Everyone deserves a second chance, no matter what.
So everyone deserves a second chance, no matter what crime they committed. Yeah, no. Hell no. I mean, so like, I'm gonna approach this from an anarchist perspective, right? Because we're supposed to examine this logically, right? So here's what we about to do. Let me see if I can do this real quick. I'm gonna do this real quick, and then we're gonna have to wrap this up because I got to get ready for Japanese lessons today, y'all. Gotta get the rest of my materials ready. And you know, we're gonna start off. I need to drop a message for these motherfuckers too. So we're gonna start off doing like a study hall so that the people who are further ahead can, you know, talk with the people who are farther behind. Maybe they can teach each other a little bit. I can do a little bit of review, and then we can get into the real lesson at about 8:30. But yeah, we normally start at 8. So we're coming close to the time we'll start class begin. Oh yeah, Keisha, I was here earlier. You know, one of y'all, feel free. You know, I'm pretty sure my mods can start polls in the chat. You know, start a poll. You know, ask everybody if you can whether or not y'all want me to bring the Japanese lessons to the channel. You know? Let me know. I'll bring them to the channel. I can set up. You know, I got a whole little like curriculum set up now to start the basics. So like, you know, anytime. All right, so this, how do you find like the transcript and shit again? Like here we go. Because I don't want to type this out. But I'm about to do something. I'm about to show y'all something real quick. What I do when I analyze some arguments. So where are we at right now? 1746. All right, keep this. I never showed y'all this before, so I want to show y'all this. 17. Okay, everyone deserves a second chance, no matter what crime they committed, right? So this is the claim. right? So a lot of time what I like to do here, because I showed y'all this site has like this thing called the fallacy detector, right? So you can paste or type any text in here and it'll tell you whether it's fallacious or not. Now, typically it's going to give you something if you don't have anything else with it, because the claim by itself with no justification or evidence is just an assertion. So you're usually going to at least get something back depending on what the claim is. But so I like to throw stuff in here every now and then and see what it shoots out. I know it's cool, right, Keisha? That's what I thought. You can do this with AI too. Y'all haven't seen me do it with Google yet, but we can do the same thing after we do this, right? So I'm gonna do this real quick. So it's gonna analyze the text and let us know if it finds any fallacies. So it says there's one fallacy here, begging the question. So the begging the question fallacy, it has a link here and an explanation. It's an informal fallacy, right? Begging the question presents circular arguments in which the conclusion is included in the premise of the argument. So when it says that this statement is begging the question, it's because, like, again, it doesn't provide any other justification in the statement itself. That's why I said it'll always give you something, because one of the biggest issues when it comes to, like, you know, fallacious argumentation is when people make an assertion and don't back it up. So if you ever put a claim into the fallacy detector, make sure you put the person's argument that they have to justify the claim, or it'll give you something like this. Because so far, none of them have actually tried to defend the claim or argue against it. We just examining the claim itself. But I just wanted to show y'all that if y'all ever want to use it, I'll drop the link to the site here. The fallacy detector. Yeah. Yeah, no premise or just the premise itself, right? I'm pretty sure this link should work. That link there. The fallacy detector. If y'all ever want to use it. There you go. But you can also do that with the AI. You know, if you yeah, it works. And if you do it with the AI, typically I'll put the claim in and I'll say, like, what potential fallacies would be present here or something like that, right? And then the AI will do something similar. The AI will give you like a long explanation, or might even give you more, right? So I could show you this here. Let's see. What potential fallacies?
Fallacies, 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 fallacies.
Like, I do something like this. You do like, what potential fallacies are being committed in this claim, right? And oh shit, I'm dumb as fuck. I forgot that I did that. Hold on. Hold on. I forgot that it says the provided link is an answer page for the fallacy detector. Yeah. My bad, y'all. Hold up. I copy and pasted the wrong thing in there. I forgot I copy and pasted something else. Because I don't be feeling like typing shit in sometimes, man. Copy and paste is just one of the most convenient things ever, you know what I'm saying? That's the classic example of a claim that can be picked apart from a few different angles, right? It's like, so this is what the AI says. This is what the Google AI says. Sweeping generalization, which I've never seen this part. It's called dicto simplicitor. That's probably the Greek way of saying it. This is the big one. It applies a general rule. Everyone deserves a second chance to every single case without considering exceptions. Yeah, sweeping generalization. I was gonna say overgeneralization myself. I was also gonna say, I mean, most, like, just in general, most absolute claims, which is basically like what a generalization is, most absolute claims are incorrect. like you know, like AJ was saying earlier when he was talking to the other guy about the Jews, like, you know, all the Jews are responsible for this sort of. Just like, that's a classic example of like just fallacious. This is the overgeneralization, right? Appeal to emotion. The claim relies on the heavy sentiment of mercy and compassion. That's true. That's true. They're appealing to emotion because they like, oh, you want to feel like everybody deserves a second chance, but you're not actually thinking about like what they've done, their likelihood of doing it again, you know, that kind of thing. And then begging the question. So the fallacy detector detected one of these, right? Begging the question, which is probably the most important one, to say someone deserves a second chance no matter what, right? And it's important. The wording is important too, right? Deserves a second chance no matter what assumes that the inherent value of a second chance always outweighs the nature of the crime, right? Right, because you don't know what they did. And then oversimplification, kind of the same thing as overgeneralization. Grouping all crimes into one no matter what category, yeah. But yeah, you can do this with AI, like I said. I mean, I have fun using the fallacy detector because it's designed for that. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, a lot of the time the AI is probably better. Because you can ask it to get more like specific about certain things or whatever. And the fallacy detector, I'm pretty sure it's more like automated. I don't think it's like an actual AI. So the AI actually tries to, like, you know, deal with the logic. So it tends to do a little bit better being an LLM and all. But also, you know, I like to just look them up on here too. You know, like part of the reason we do these analysis is to get better at being able to point out those things. So and the reason I did that is because this claim itself is fallacious, and I doubt that as far as I'm concerned, and I doubt that even the criminals would agree with this. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even think the criminals are gonna agree with this. Like, they might be like, I might be lucky enough to receive a second chance, but depending on the things that I've done, I might not deserve one. Right.
Everyone deserves a second chance, no matter what crime they committed.
Because I'm also somewhat of a believer in eye for an eye. I ain't gonna lie.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Ain't no second chance if you dead, nigga. Like,
somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
You kill my family member, I'm probably gonna want to kill you, and nigga, you're not coming back from that. Like,
somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
You know what I'm saying? It's real shit.
Oh, in my case, I'm on my 40th.
Wait, they all agree? All the prisoners agree? Oof. Damn. I thought they was intelligent.
49th year of a 7-year to life sentence.
Now, all right, so this is why I said, like, I could also approach this from an anarcho perspective, because I can understand, like, if you don't think that the state is legitimate, nigga, I deserve a second chance.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
You ain't about to lock me up for my life, nigga. Who said that you are legitimate anyway? If you don't think that the government is legitimate, then you probably would think something like this. I'm just
somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
And I'm still half anarchist, so I could understand the sentiment. I could understand how you could make this argument. But outside of the state, certain acts require certain responses, right? And even just on some, you know, anarcho shit, there's consequences for your actions, like, you know, and some of those consequences might mean no second chance, nigga. You're done.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
It just is what it is.
I was sentenced in 1978 for murder in the first degree. Took the life of Gail in Estrada. But
this nigga said her full name and everything. Like, damn. Well, you know what? Before we get into this, because they just starting this one, and like I said, I gotta get started, get ready for class. I will drop a link to the server in here if any of you want to join our Japanese class or study hall or whatever. I'll drop a link in the chat. Do that real quick. But yeah, I'm about to get out of here. We will continue this on Wednesday. We'll continue this one on Wednesday. Be back on Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. We will be live. And then next week we'll be live with our new episode of The Ism on Wednesday. And then tomorrow, most likely gonna be doing another Comedicine pre-show. And we're gonna try to finish up that debate with Dr. Mike. All right.
Somebody's gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
We're gonna try. Cause I mean, we on like part 5, we gonna end up in like part 6. Like I'm trying to actually go over the stuff and shit too, especially since, you know, I made like a little Comedicine pre-show thing. So, you know, however long it takes us, you know, it's however long it takes us. You know, just the longer it takes us, the more Comedicine pre-shows we can do. And we might just make it a permanent thing, and so I can find some other videos. So it'll give me some time to find some other content to get ready after it. But yeah, that's all for today, y'all. We'll pick up on this next claim tomorrow. Everyone deserves a second chance, no matter what crime they committed. Love y'all. Be easy. Let me know if y'all want to learn some Japanesey. And I shall bid y'all adua. Matane. Matane. Oyasumi nasai. Yeah. We're gonna start doing shit in Japanese, y'all. Sayonara.